It's Plymouth Art Weekend 2018 and this is The Long Way in Plymouth city centre.
The long way, furrowed in the waves by the boat's keel. The measure of his offering to the boat and her offering to the sea. If we are indeed racing, I do not feel this is against the sailors of the boat.
What's your name?
Jacob Woods.
And what's this art piece about?
It is mostly based on French sailor Bernard Morticia,
Yes.
who was part of the Golden Globe race in 1968.
Yeah.
So he wrote a book based on his log entries sailing around the world, and he was sort of grappling with the decision while he was sailing about whether to just keep sailing and sort of give up the race, or to come back, and there was a lot of prize money and a lot of esteem and fame if he were to win, like Robert Knox Johnson.
From Plymouth, did he?
Yeah, he left from Mill Bay in Plymouth.
Yeah.
As did.
I've heard of him. I've heard of a lot of explorers.
Yeah, so Robert Knox Johnson as well left from here, who ended up winning the race, and then the race is also well known for Donald Crowhurst being part of it, and so yeah, it's a race with a lot of history, and for positive and sad reasons as well, because Donald Crowhurst never came back. But yeah,
what happened to him?
He started faking his log entries. He realised his boat wasn't capable of sailing around the world, and so he started faking his entries, and went mad, sort of drove himself mad through isolation and the pressure that he was putting on himself. And yeah, his boat was found like some months later, but I don't think he was ever found. But anyway, this piece is based on Bernard Morticia, who's a much more sort of romantic figure, and had this real affinity with the sea and with the environment for his whole life. So if you read his book The Long Way, you get this real sense of his connection to both his boat but also to the wider world, and the sort of weather and sea that he's sort of partly in tune with and partly battling with. So yeah.
So how did you get involved with doing this project?
We saw a sort of open call for a commission.
Yeah.
And
was that in Plymouth?
yeah, for this festival.
Yeah.
And Colette's partner, who's the other artist, he had been doing up this sailing boat and thinking of, because this year is 50 years since 1968, so they've been doing another race in the same style with only pre-1968 technology on the boats, no satellite communication, anything like that. So he entered it but wasn't able to raise the money to get the boat on the water, because you need a lot.
So what sort of art do you do in general?
We make a lot of travelling performances. Yeah. This idea of a journey is in a lot of our work.
Where's that based?
We've made pieces quite a lot in Cornwall.
Yeah.
We did a long research project in the Baltic states, and in Germany we did a bit of work. So can be all over, but we're generally southwest.
How did you get into it in the first place?
Into
what you do? Into the arts.
How did I? Initially through acting. I did a lot of acting and making performances, and slowly got more and more interested in making my own stories and new performances.
Yeah.
So rather than acting, I started making work and devising and directing new performances, and then made quite a lot of immersive theatre and site-based work, and then that sort of extended into these sort of travelling performances and really working with a particular site and the people who live there or the particular context and situations of that place. Sometimes that's more around the like environmental concerns.
And you do teaching as well.
Also do some teaching in performance. Which is a really nice combination. To be.
What's your name?
Jacob. Jacob Woods.
Have you got a website?
We have.
For the group.
Yeah, we're called Go Happen, so it's gohappen.co.uk. You can see it there.
And this is going to go around Plymouth city centre.
So this will be going around for the next 3 days. Across the city centre. I don't know. Maybe it would be nice beyond that it still has a presence in some way.
It'll be interesting to see the feedback.
Yeah, it will be. And it's a piece that is encountered and stumbled across.
To the discovery of America.
But I think it's there's a lot of thinking and discussion going on around the Mayflower stuff, and it's a big moment in history, and it's a very problematic moment in history as well.
How do you mean problematic?
Well, because it's the beginning of a moment of colonization of North America, and for me it's hugely problematic. And
you think it would have been better left alone?
Not left alone, but I think there's a sensitivity around it. But
when they started attacking the Indians and
exactly,
trying to dominate people's nations, and wipe them out basically.
Which the UK has a lot to answer for across the whole world.
It still tries to answer. Dictate to everybody.
So marking that moment needs to be really understood and.
At the Commonwealth,
but at the height of the whole. If it's going to be a festival, that should be the overriding question and concern. That what was the impact?
I'm not saying that we were heroes going over.
Not at all. No.
Supporting the
not at all.
Of other nations.
Because America has become something, but that is not a better thing than
it isn't. It's a
than what was there
because
already.
Because the history is so new. It's all based around Hollywood, and if you've been to America, everyone's in a sort of dream world of television soaps and Hollywood films.
And if you think of the knowledge that was there pre that,
become plastic people. And it's rubbing off in the UK because what goes on in America comes across to the UK. And so I was talking to a solicitor in the city yesterday, retired barrister in the city 2 weeks ago. And he was telling me that the litigation society that's become petty-minded in America is what's come over into the UK, which is why he's resigned from the job.
Right.
Which doesn't surprise me at all.
It's interesting that there's such a spread of, I guess, particularly to the UK because there's a closer affinity or connection to the US, but probably slowly into Europe in terms of cultural and
because America is
influence.
A country of diversity. You go into different states, it's different rules. You've got the Bible Belt. And then in California, up till recently, it was the porn capital of the world. So you've got the extreme cultures in America, and it's which one you pick up to use as an example. But we're trying to tell everybody else how to run their lives across the world at the moment. Yet Europe is the way people live in Europe is a lot happier than in the UK, which is based on fear and anxiety.
Should we go take another look at the boat?
You have How long did it take to build it?
It was partially there. It was in a really dilapidated state when we got it. So we repaired the bits of extra plain plywood, our repairs, and we spent quite maybe close to a week in total doing it up.
Who's
So
done the voiceover? You know?
that's my voice, most of it. But then there's also, we ran workshops at the Union Corner and Union Street, and then the School of Creative Arts. So there's different bits of audio. Yeah. So yeah, there's bits of audio.
Thanks a lot for that anyway.
Oh, cheers, yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice one. Thanks to The Long Way. You can contact them through Plymouth Art Weekend website on Facebook. There's been a Chris Summerfield video 2018. You can contact me at ccsphoto12@hotmail.com, and if you can help to sponsor my videos, you can PayPal me at ccsphoto1@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe to my videos. Be creative.